Howdy, how's it going? Welcome back, and howdy if you're new. Well, you can see I finally have done it. We finally have the RGB fan, and it is internally, well, technically internally controlled, and we have replaced the ugly doo-doo brown Noctua. Nothing wrong with this Noctua, it's been a champ. I still love it. It's very, very powerful and quiet, but we're going to actually show you the internals, and we're also going to show you a couple other cool things that you might like. And we'll probably go over a few other topics as well. So if you want to keep up to date with me, definitely subscribe, check out the Discord, you know what to do, but we'll just dive right on in. So this right here is the Crazer Flex 92mm Slim. It is PWM, it is an RGB model. However, it is not the RGB fan that I intended to use on this. See, what had happened was I had burned up a bunch of controllers I had set aside. Let me show you. These are the controllers that I wanted to use. This is basically what it looked like, and this is what happened. I basically figured out how to fit it in here a little bit better. I took a like a little connector and I soldered it. Forgive my, not that great soldering job. This was just quick and down and dirty, so just so I could have like proof of concept or whatever. I actually had I had this one mounted inside of here, and I had it working, but out of nowhere, I believe that resistor or that one of these two had failed, and I no longer had control over it. It didn't work. It was sending out power, right here and here, but nothing here. So I don't know. I'm not really too versed in this chipset, but basically nonetheless I had it working and then it didn't work. This is basically a 3-button setup where you can go like up and down on the speed or the brightness and then change the settings here. I drilled a couple of holes in the back plate where I was going to have this mounted, and you would be able to press a button through here, and I was going to have another one there and there, and these were the mounting holes. I was going to smooth those over, but it didn't work out that way. It ended up frying at the last minute, so I had to go to plan B. Plan B was basically a different type of RGB, which is the 4-pin RGB, which doesn't have the nice swirling effect and all of that, and you can't really dial it in the same way. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. And we are having to use a remote. There is buttons on it, but they're not wired up. Kind of like, it's basically one of those ones that take the rubbery touch pads and you press, and it just wasn't like gonna work. So I can control it through here. Basically I haven't drilled the hole for the sensor, but just to show you that it does work, I can change it through here and aim it. I'm gonna open this up. You'll have to forgive me because I am not done. I am not done cleaning it up yet, and I'm not fully done with the mod. I do have one item that we're gonna look at. I did order, which is in this box. We'll get to what's in the box in a second. But basically, you're gonna see the wiring over here is very difficult to hide, and it's very difficult to tuck in, but it does work. It works well, and at nighttime, it looks pretty cool. But before we dive into this, I'm going to show you something that I've noticed and a lot of other people have noticed as well. Armory Crate is absolutely bonkers right now. It's completely frozen. I've got 2 NVMe drives, and I tried to update this one, and the update just would not go through. So unfortunately, you're going to have a hard time updating Armory Crate for the time being until they fix that. There is no fix for it yet that I am aware of. So we're going to shut this down. All right, so we're going to take everything apart and we'll show you what it does, what it looks like. Well, maybe it's not too bad, okay? Maybe it's not too bad from this angle, okay? I'll give you that. It's not that bad, okay? But it could be worse, okay? I haven't decided if I'm even going to leave it because I really wanted to use that other controller that I showed you, and this way it's okay. I mean, it could be it could be a lot cleaner. So basically what we have going over here is we have that controller that I've hot glued into here. And like I said, I had to solder on to the back of this fan like I did on this one to control the PWM. And it does seem to power the controller just fine. There's one other place you can get power off of it, right here on this pin on the corner, but I don't think it's giving enough amperage. On the back of the fan, there's a ground, and on the opposite side, there is the power wire. They're just the outer opposite wires. They're color coded. You can see it. You can get the power off of there. If you are a newbie and you're not an advanced solderer, or you just don't have a lot of experience soldering, I don't advise doing it because there is a good risk that you can like mess something up. I'm just saying, if you can solder, the wires are extremely small and the gap between the next pin is even smaller, so you have to be careful with that. I did make a connector, so if I want to pop this out of this hot glue right here, I can unplug it. That's another reason there's a little bulk right here, because I like to make all of my stuff removable. Removable fan connector, removable connector. That way I can take my back plate off and use something else if I want. The next mod we're going to be doing is we're going to take and cut open the JSOX, the mod case. I just wish the back was clear. We'll get to that when we get to it, okay? We got a lot of videos coming. I've got some laptop reviews and a few other things coming, but here you go. Here is the state of my allies. You saw it in the other mods video. The RGB is working. You can turn it off with the controller. It's just the controllers are kind of finicky. It would probably help if I drilled a hole for the signal. I ordered these from a company on Amazon called Savant Custom PC Shop, and basically they make custom fan grills and shrouds. So I saw these and I was like, I've got to have these because the grill that I'm using here, it's very flexible, and if you're sitting it in your lap, it will push and stop the fan. So I was never a fan of those, no pun intended. So right here we have a black one and we have a white one, and this is a Strix logo. These are made out of acrylic, not 3D printed. These are probably laser cut or stamped or something like that, but they are thick, they are of good quality, it seems. The only caveat is you just have to make sure that you don't over tighten it and you don't crack it. So let's put one of these on and see what it's gonna look like. So should we go with the black grill or the white one? I'm thinking the white one. So what you want to do is peel off the layer. This is for the front cover right here. Just kind of slowly work at it. There we go, just like that. All right, so the Strix logo goes on like this. Snug them down a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good, actually. The black and the white, the contrast. I think that looks good. So let's put it back together and put our screws in like this. Time-lapse action. All right, look at that. That looks really cool. And yeah, let's see how it feels. I think it feels pretty good. Kind of bows out slightly in the middle, but that also could just be the way that I've got it tightened down. Maybe I can adjust it a little bit. It's not bad, actually. It's not really bad at all. Now, as you know, when you unplug your ally and you remove the back plate, always remember you need to plug it back in for a few seconds. Now that that's up, you can remove that, and you can see our RGB is having a stroke here. So I'm going to go and turn that back to a normal one. Smooth. What y'all think about that? I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. I mean, I think I paid like 10 bucks for these. And for the $10 spent, I'd say it's money well spent, because I no longer have to worry about hitting my fan, and I'm pushing as hard as I can with, yeah, there's no way I'll hit the fan blades anymore, except if I put them through the hole. Which, you know, these holes are a little large. I probably would have preferred them to be the same mesh as these, but anything is better than nothing, and I'd say just be careful with it. Other than that, I mean, if you're sticking your fingers in the back like that, they might hit it, but it's better than the fan blade itself stopping from just sitting in your lap, because I end up setting mine down like this all the time, And now I can do that while we're in this mode. And there you go. So we have the RGB fan mod done. Well, I would say done. It's like 90%. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go back in, we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna make sure it's like perfect, like really perfect. Cause you know I'm a perfectionist and I want it to be like just right. So the next topic is the Modern Warfare ban issue. You know, a lot of people have saw the video that I made. You know, I've had a couple thousand views off of that now. I've really enjoyed reading your comments. Well, I wouldn't say I've enjoyed reading your comments because it's sad to hear that people are banned. Like really freaking sad. Like, this should not be happening. I will be making a follow-up video for that just because I have received a few bits of information and I'll tell you about them. One of them is basically Activision doesn't care. News alert. I'm sure you don't, you know, have any doubts that they don't, but there are some other things going on in the community with them banning now Nvidia users. So I don't know, Mr. Sujano talked about it last night. I didn't read the article, but I saw the story and I watched it, and he did talk about some other people getting banned on Activision stuff in Modern Warfare. So you know what, Activision, you've lost everyone's respect by this point, I would hope. You know, I don't know what other communities you have left to tick off. You've ticked off AMD users and now you've ticked off Nvidia users. So what's next? Intel users? You gonna tick off Intel graphics card? Factually, I do know that they are banning people left and right. So if you do have Call of Duty on your Ally and it works for now, that's fine. The other comment that I received a lot was just people saying that, man, I got banned. This is my first day, it's my first week, whatever. Or I've been playing it forever, never been banned. I've had a mixture of comments of those. I think there's over like 100 comments now, but if you want to go read it, go check it out. I'll link it below. But there was a lot of people in there saying, you know, well, why don't you just stop cheating? My gosh, man, if I hear that one more time, just stop cheating and you won't be getting banned. Did you even watch the video? Did you just not believe me? Or do you just not believe anyone else? Do you think that this is a conspiracy theory where cheaters are trying to get bans overturned? I don't know, man. This is just dumb to me. Because, like, if you go on Modern Warfare and you play, you still see cheaters on there. So why aren't they the ones getting banned? Why are the people who are just using handhelds or AMD devices getting banned? You know, I get it. You hear the word anti-cheat and you're like, oh, anti-cheat mean good, right? No, anti-cheat means bad because it's not catching the cheaters. The anti-cheat software is cheating us. It's not getting rid of the cheaters. It's cheating you out of your money and your gameplay. And then the other thing is a lot of people don't even know that they're banned, because sadly when you get banned, there's two types of bans. First is the shadow ban. And some people think, you know, shadow bans aren't a real thing. Trust me, go watch the video and you'll see why it's real, and go ask people who've had it done to them. It's real. If you go to the Activision website, go to ban appeal, type in your email and all that stuff, it will tell you your account status. It will tell you if it's quote unquote shadow banned under investigation, or if you are permanently banned. If you are shadow banned, you can still play the game. However, you're gonna have very, very high ping times. You're gonna see nothing but cheaters in there, and the game is going to feel absolutely like you are playing in the pits of hell. Like you just have no chance against these demons, and there is just not a chance. That is the problem with Call of Duty, because I think a lot more people are banned or shadow banned, and they don't realize it because they think the game is just trash. And that's the problem. It's not trash. If you're a decent player and you're not shadow banned, it's actually pretty good. But if you have been shadow banned, it will never, ever, ever pop up a message letting you know you've been shadow banned. So Activision's kind of doing us dirty. They're keeping you in the shadow realm, and they're hoping that you'll just stop playing their game. Why would they throw you in a shadow ban and not tell you you're shadow banned if they don't want you to just stop playing the game? Because that's what eventually people do. They just get ticked off at the game and they just stop playing it. So I don't even play it on my Ally anymore. I refuse. The only system that I'm playing it right now on is the Lenovo laptop I'm testing out, which is a beast. But when it comes to Modern Warfare, I will never play Modern Warfare again on the Ally. Just point blank period. I don't trust it. It's not worth it. I love the game too much. I have too much time, money, and energy invested in it to where I don't want to give up my account to that at all. So Activision, if you're listening, I hope you can do something about it. And for all the people who didn't see the video, please go see it, watch it in its entirety, because it's not just the first 3 minutes. I look at the watch time of that video, and the average watch time is between 3 and 4 minutes. The problem with that is you miss the point. You literally miss the point. I can read the comments and see that people miss the point. But I digress, folks. I've rambled on too much. I ramble a lot just because I enjoy talking to you people, and this is my thing. This is my outlet. So the next video we're going to talk about is going to be temperatures and cooling and all that good stuff. I'll try to film and edit that tonight, but in the event that I don't, you'll be seeing it soon. We did test the thermal grizzly sheet. I don't have number to number comparison between the PTM, but I can tell you it's better than the PTM that I've tried. I know a lot of YouTubers have been really, pushing that PTM, and it's good stuff, don't get me wrong, but this thermal grizzly does seem to be about 1 to 2 degrees better, and I have seen higher Cinebench scores and a few synthetics. I do believe I'm getting a little bit better consistency as well, so I really think that this stuff is good. It's consistent. I've enjoyed it. It's actually really good stuff. We'll also be doing some laptop mods. I know a lot of people have been begging me to bring my MSI GP66 back on the table and open her back up and refresh it, but it's been kind of a rough week. I didn't feel good the first part of the week, and I'm just now starting to get my mojo back rolling. I think I was catching a cold or something. I don't know. I'm still finding out if I'm catching it or not, because throat's kind of hurting as we speak. But I think it's just because I'm rambling and my throat's dry. But anyways, I am blessed. I'm here. I'm blessed y'all are here. I'm really thankful y'all are here and tuning in. So if you're an OG and you stuck around to the end, drop me some love below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you like this mod, if it's whack, if it's cool. If you are wanting to mod yours and do the fan mod, definitely feel free to do it, but it's not easy. It does help the temperature substantially, so don't get me wrong. Is it worth it? 100% if you have the skill and the time and the bravery, because there's a high likelihood that you could damage some components inside of here. I actually thought I've messed this thing up about 10 times now. It's hanging in there. This ally is a tank. I've dropped it. I've beat it since day one on launch day. This is the handheld that just won't stop. You can't kill it, man. I know some of you guys have killed yours and some of them have died on you, but I literally don't know why. My SD card still works, even though I don't really use it much. Still works. I just felt the beep beep thing. We did use the T500 drive. I like to test a lot of stuff before I really give you my full recommendations. And for this drive, for the Ally, I don't think it's worth the extra heat. Because to cool this drive down properly, it does take a pretty beefy heat sink, and for the value, I would say it's not really there. For a desktop user, laptop user, for sure, all day long, but the Ally is just not going to take advantage of that 7400 megabyte per second read and write. It's just not worth the extra cost and the extra heat. But anyways, I digress again, getting off topic. So I hope all of y'all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to the next one. And I hope all y'all have a good afternoon, good evening, or good night.